We have 3 more series for the day. Coming up next is a very big one, Heretics and Reciprocity. For Reciprocity in particular, this is going to set the stage for if they can make it into that playoff bracket or if they're going to be in the play-in bracket for CWL Miami, which is single elimination, so that's not where they want to be. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless Study and Pac-Man on the desk. So on that note, let's focus, Nameless, on Reciprocity first. Because as I said, if they lose and Midnight wins later on, they are 5th place and Midnight is 4th. Heretics, if they lose, they get 4th in Division B. It's fine, and Splice will get 3rd. So really not as important for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to just turn up. You can't lose. You got 2 matches. You got to win both of them. Right now, Reciprocity, they've looked okay, and then they've looked bad. It's just like they have a player in Dylan who is just amazing. He's a superstar. Help this guy out, man. He had a 1.5 yesterday, just going off, destroying. Like,
look at those stats.
He was winning every single one-on-one gunfight. He was initiating every single trade sequence. He was in their base. He was all over the map, picking up streaks, influencing every single situation.
41 or 42 for the L?
40-something. Too much.
For the loss,
Too
yeah.
much for the loss. Like, help him out. He needs assistance. If you have a player playing up to that level, you have to be winning maps.
What I believe, what did we say yesterday for Reciprocity? Their control is like,
4
with
and
that
16.
loss, is 4 and 16 now. They're
really
the worst
bad.
in the pro league.
It's like,
control.
what do you have to do? Like, speed it up. Like, Weskin's been playing a little bit too slow as well. Like, there's just players that on this team that need to pick it up.
It's a combination of things, right? And the controls, when they actually do get those kills on defense, they don't have a good setup.
Jump out.
They jump out, and they did that in the Hardpoint too. Sometimes they just don't know when to actually hold a setup as a team, and it affects them. They don't team shoot well in those scenarios when they should just be holding, like you see other teams wait, throw shoulders, work together, and get those trades. And they just don't do that. They give away their lives way too easily.
Long story short, what they do is they skip a step.
Yeah.
They do the hard work, and then the easy thing is just camp in a corner, bait and switch, throw a shoulder, and kill that guy, and then go spawn kill, or then get the optimal setup. What they do is they break in, or they'll get control of the control point, and then they'll try to sprint and go spawn kill. Like, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a second. They skip a step.
Yeah, but they're also going up against Heretics, who have not won anything this week so far. They got obliterated by Midnight yesterday, and are not, I mean, are not looking very strong.
Because after against the match against Optic, I think it was, they looked pretty good. They went to Game 5, and they looked pretty strong. And then yesterday, Frosty and Royalty, like, destroyed the team.
They haven't won a control yet this week.
So did Zapdos.
Yeah,
Yeah, Zapdos evolved.
they destroyed this team. So, like, yes, they definitely took a step backwards. And, I mean, this is a common theme with Heretics now where we see them play and we're like, oh, man, these guys are struggling. And then all of a sudden we're like, yeah, they're really good again. And now they're taking those steps back. And they have to constantly re-identify themselves and get back to a certain point. They have such a problem finding consistency within themselves.
And if you look at these stats, so we talked about how Reciprocity is very bad in control, but Heretics hasn't won a control. I just said it there, and you can see that stat that all Heretics players have below a 1.0 KD in control. So, I mean, do you think, Pat or Nameless, that might be kind of a pivotal who can pull out the control? Or is it really just going to be more about the S&Ds in the league?
In this match, yeah, it probably will be that. Both these teams are pretty mediocre at both of their game modes, so it's like, if whoever wins that control, obviously it's going to be in their favor. I feel like Heretics probably have the edge a little bit in it just because, like, I've just seen them show more signs of life than I have Reciprocity. That match yesterday for Heretics, like, I don't know what was going on, but it was very uncharacteristic from them. Usually they're winning all their one-on-ones and their trades are looking pretty good, and yesterday it wasn't like that at all. And, you know, after the match, we were just like, I think that was an anomaly for these guys. So I'm hoping they come out and fix it today.
Study, for someone like Reciprocity, do you think nerves might get in the way at all for a match like this having implications for playoffs?
It's probably in the back of their mind, but all they're really focusing on is getting better as a team and getting this win. And obviously, it's going to start with that control. A 4 and 16 record is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You had, he was, no, he had 46 kills yesterday, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan
and the fact that you lose that map, man, I watched him after that, and he looked at the screen, and we were just looking at him. He was visibly frustrated.
What's with the Marshall
And
brothers?
with
What's
Woodkin.
with Weston and Scraps eating before matches? You don't eat before the match.
All right, I got to talk about it because I was an argument. Listen, hunter-gatherer, right? Back in the day when we were cavemen, your senses were sharpened, you were more aggressive, and you were ready to go get your food. You had to go kill your food, eat it, and then you go to bed.
Okay.
Right?
What?
You're going to be more on point if you don't eat before your match. I'm telling you that now. So if you're at home and you're in a tournament, Don't eat before your match.
Why did he have to go through all those steps to say the same thing we just said? Hunter-gatherer.
Because it dates back to when we were cavemen. There's science behind it.
It's Ant's 1% hunter-gatherer.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he's
I'm 1% sub-Saharan hunter-gatherer.
What?
The more you know.
You have better concentration. Your
There's no way
killer
I'm
instinct is
just
there.
leaving nameless.
You're faster.
Who is he? Is Bill Nye? I got hunter-gatherers just don't eat and win your Call of Duty matches.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
smarter,
you know what? I want to pose that question then. I want to pose that question.
Your thumbs just start to move faster. Your fingers are just quicker.
Okay.
Thinking faster.
I am going to pose that question to our casters. Merc and Maven, are you better when you eat before you cast or when you don't eat? Take it away.
All the time.
What are they talking about? What?
To Nameless's credit, I am a horrible commentator when I'm on a really full stomach. Like, if I'm stuffed, if I eat a lot, I am bad. I fumble over words. I get it to a degree.
You must be 2% hunter-gatherer.
He's still an idiot.
That was not a discussion.
Yeah, whatever.
We just have that discussion.
We did. But now focus off of the whole hunter-gatherer thing from Bill Nye. I do want to start to talk about how important this series is for
It's a big one.
It's a massive one. I mean, all of their series in the week are obviously these final two, but they're, a game back of midnight. They have got to win here. They have to win. I saw Shane outside, and he was all amped up, ready to go. Like, this is massive for Reciprocity. Because on one side of the stage with Heretics, like, they got their spot secured, right? They're into the top 4. They're ready to go for playoffs. But for Reciprocity, everything hangs in the balance. You're right on the bubble, and it comes down to these final 2 days. Can the Rec boys get into playoffs, or they need to go through the gauntlet that is the play-in bracket on Friday at Miami?
Because, I mean, you win this one. Heretics hasn't looked great this week. You play Elevate on Friday. Midnight on the opposite side, they play United today. Friday, they play Envy. Now, I feel like, obviously, I would say Reciprocity have the easier matches, right? But there's still going to be some close ones. So, I mean, maybe the pressure will be on Midnight. If they lose to United today, you go into that Friday match against Envy. And Envy hasn't looked the best, obviously, but we're just not sure how good of a team Midnight is yet.
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes down. You heard the desk talking about the control being an important part to this series. Is what, it's 4-16 in the Pro League for Reciprocity. They've got to tighten it up there. And you heard Wuskin in the interview yesterday, just like, I don't know, frustrated with their performance. Like, they get the win, but it was just, it was ugly. It was not a pretty series victory for them, and it happens. I mean, hell, Gen G just won an ugly series. Like, a win's a win. But, God, you need to be clean over these next 2 days. You got to get victories.
Well, I think, too, the way Dylan was playing yesterday, you thought it was going to be a lot cleaner. But what we're talking about, it's CWL Miami, July 19th through the 21st. This is what it all comes down to. Nobody wants to be in that play-in bracket on Friday. You want to be in the playoff bracket.
Yeah, and a lot of people watching are probably familiar with how it works, but for those of you that aren't, like the top 4 teams in each division, they get automatically into the playoffs. The bottom 4, those 8 teams have to fight for the final 2 spots through a best-of-5 single elimination tournament. That is going to be super stress maximus. Like, that is going to be insane. And yeah, I mean, for one of those teams, maybe you get hot in that play-in bracket, you make a run. Like, there's the chance for that storyline to develop, but you do not want to be in that spot, especially because, like, LG, for example, they were so bad. They're horrible in their division. They're going to be in that play-in bracket. Now they look godlike. And it's like, you got to think you're chalking that up as one team that's going to get in. So it almost, for me, they're not definitive, but part of me feels like it's 7 teams battling for one spot, which is what's scary about it.
All right, I think that's a little bit ridiculous.
That's how I feel. I feel like LG are going to fry people.
I mean, I just think you're discrediting other teams.
Maybe you could be right. You could be right. But hell, even on trading shots, like we left LG out of the conversation and talked about the other 2 teams of the chance because they're the favorite.
The discussion on trading shots was if you had to pick 2 teams, who would it be? Of course, everybody's going to say LG, but you're discrediting the other teams on their side of the bracket.
You don't think LG are a lot better than the other 7 teams?
Absolutely, but when it comes down to one best of 5,
right.
Yeah. We'll see whose hunter-gathering instincts really show up on Friday.
Oh, I hate Nameless.
I didn't say that.
He gets a haircut once a week?
I don't know.
That's just weird. I have the privilege of not having to get haircuts.
No, you shave. Yeah,
it's like every 2 days. It's every 2-3 days. That's true.
That's like the same thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're always right, Joe.
No, stop.
Always right. You're so smart and perfect.
No.
You own a house.
Okay.
You're married. You own a dog. You got a new car. Dude, you're just like, God, you're like the model human.
We focus on this game, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for you.
Reciprocity Heretics. Reciprocity's life for Miami in the balance. What kind of Heretic squad do we see? We closed out the last series on Hacienda. We'll get right back into it. Nobody in the hardpoint through the first 20 seconds, really. Time just getting melted off the clock. Finally, Reciprocity able to get in as Denzel gets set up. You've got eyes on the rock side with that number 1 on the minimap. That's Wuskin. Top halls control for Zed. Him and Alex do their thing. Nice shots from Denz in the hard point, so not only are you getting the objective time, you're making a play there as well. And you've got Heretics spawning exactly where you want them for next, all the way out at backside rock and really out towards Shed is where the spawn comes in. I was going to say that's a nice use of the grapple to try and get into safety, but he gets caught.
Just trying to play his life to get set up, and that's not what you want to happen. 3-year players go down as soon as the next hill pops, and you'll see where those orange arrows go. And now that's just,
No, that's the spot I was just talking about, them doing a good job by getting Heretics pinned there, and then that's where everybody from Reciprocity spawns. Nice break from Heretics to get set
good
up.
and bad times to die from time to time.
That's the worst time to die.
Reciprocity, it's a team we say a lot where they just start off so strong. They bring a different energy to the stage, but it feels like at times they let their foot off the gas. And they had an opportunity to take a big lead. Instead, it's Heretics with a great control at Garage.
It's like when their mistakes come, it just feels like it's always at the most inopportune time.
It's not good. Right, what Pac was talking about, there's times when you just hold and wait, and they don't. They get antsy. They maybe over-challenge something. They die at the wrong times.
They'll fight in and get the final 10 seconds, but not going to matter as Heretics a chance to now chain together Garage and Fences. They've got 4 players there at the number 6 Journey, wrapping across mid to try and get in position. Once again, the transition battle, the key kills when you move across the map all go to Heretics. They get 3 in a row, allows them to get a little bit of comfort at the next hard point. Zed, though, with a nice snap and turn. Is that the moment that gets them in? 3 for 3 go the teams. Then Dylan and Denz tack some kills on to the end of it. Dylan finesse City over the fence. 2 players will drop. Reciprocity with a key break.
But Heretics are here at the front, so the contest is going to be right back. Denz watching over with this ICR. So Dylan did go down, so no streaks for him, but he's already back into the fight.
Shocking.
Yeah, his series yesterday was ridiculous.
Hold up, I gotta find the tweet.
Uh-huh.
I gotta find the tweet.
What are we talking about here?
It was a tweet, I think, from COD Stats about Dylan yesterday. He's like doing something nobody has. Dylan's influence on the map is unlike any other player. He currently leads all CWL players in respawn score per minute at 348 and engagement per minute at 4.93. So his pace is quite literally higher than anybody else.
That's why I was surprised when the guys were talking on the desk about top 5 songs. Dylan was like outside of it. I was like, It's hard to do. I get it because maybe his team's not the best. But man, the guy puts on a show at every single game. As we move over to this rock position, Heretics, though, trying to lock it down with 20 seconds left. We would have a tie game. Metals getting close to Grassland. Might be able to use it here, but Dylan takes him down. And Reciprocity, they fight their way back in, and now they can transition to top halls for the first hill.
Going to be about a 30-point advantage through the first set of rotations. Nice shot bouncing back from Reciprocity after the big blunder, really, at Garage. They got to feel good to have any kind of lead. Dylan, nice grab slam, gets top halls control. Vortex and Lucky, though, still there at Rock and Halls to keep Heretics in the fight. Dan's nice job just playing the edge, waiting for the help to come in. Alex there to save him.
But even behind that, right, like what we were talking about, inopportune times as Alex bails them out with 2 kills. You use the grab slam, you get top halls control, but you're not in the hill, you're not getting time, and now the numbers game is going the way of Heretics. It just feels like they have to be better off of their kills, off of their streaks. As both teams still trying to fight to the inside.
Yeah, you use the grab slam, you don't get much, and now Metals will have his grab slam where he'll likely use it at garage if they get broken early, but they'll have the early rotation here. Methods is sick, set up in the back. Nice shots onto Zed to drop him. 4 go down now for Reciprocity, spawning push, in Narnia all the way out. All the way out. Look how far pushed up. That allows Metals to get. This is the ideal setup now for Heretics, as Metals is delaying the first push. Nice slide away and re-challenge from Dylan.
Yeah, he's able to find one, and then they control lobby. So there's no pressure from that side staircase. It's all at the front now. First 20 seconds clean, but what about this first push? Can they hold it off? You have the grab slam if you need it, but it looks like you won't. 3 go down. Methods is able to find 2 with the ICR. Ooh. And once again, Metals gets pushed on up. He's 20 and 11, by the way.
My God.
We saw his performance against Optic. Him and Lucky just... I just felt like they were the reason you get to a game 5.
Oh, yeah. Metal stays up, finally drops, but what a start from him. Heretics bring it back. That 30-point advantage for Reciprocity in the rear view window now. Over to fences we go. Metals gets some tags in. His teammates there to help him. You've got a 2-on-3 kind of really now. Metals now alone until Lucky gets involved in the action. Nice strafe there from Dylan. Metal couldn't connect on the shot. Then Zed able to take him down as Zed gets 2. Dylan grapples right in. ICR swap, SOG out, everything working, everything clicking there for Reciprocity, at least in the early going at fences.
Yeah, another lead change. Some shaky shots there from Metals. Dens is able to clean that kill on up. War Machine going to be used for Zed. We'll see what he can find. Just shooting at that outer fence, not able to connect. Gets 1 hit marker. Has his teammates watching over him. The stun, though, comes in. Is going to connect. That player has flat jacket. Nice stun from Heretics. Reciprocity. Wow, it was a great hold at garage. And we go to fences. Typically one where you can break, at least contest for a good amount of time. Reciprocity with a big hold there.
Feels like another moment where Alex bails him out. I think he got 3 of those kills in the final moments at fences. Metal still holding on for this grab slam to try and make a big play. As soon as Heretics get back into the game, Reciprocity push out the lead once again. 30 points up, tack 5 used. He doesn't finish it, but there we'll get the final bullets in. Let's see what Vortex can do with this tack 5. He's going to go ahead and, I thought for a second, call on the War Machine. Just cancels it for now. Now going to repop it. Oh, I thought he was going to get the grab slam over the top, but Wuskin gets the tag with the Tempest.
They're still in this, though. I mean, Metals is still here. He's going to connect with 1. Not as many as he would like, but the Tempest is going to connect. Wuskin's going to find 2.
He was
can they get in the hill? No. Yes, they can.
He was half HP, just hip firing. That hits the 2 shots he needs to. Keeps him in the hard point. Nice win from Dylan. As he goes to soar out, knows they're out in water, but gets caught as he gets a little bit greedy for the kill.
That was a big moment, though, because on the side of Heretics, you used the War Machine, you used the grab slam. You saw what they were trying to do. Metals was trying to fly over the top to combo the War Machine with the grab slam. Doesn't happen. You don't get that big combo win.
Oh, because Wuskin hits his shots.
Yep, Wuskin hits his shots with the Tempest. An impact play from him. But Heretics, they're still alive. It just feels like every single time that the lead begins to go for Reciprocity, Heretics gets right back in it.
Yeah. Zed's going to give up on that fight as his teammates drop around him. Trying to reposition, should be tagged from behind. Vortex able to finally get the kill. Reciprocity's held on to this 30-point lead for quite some time, but can they put the game away? You've got Vision Pulse on Heretics, grab slam on Dylan. Lucky's about to get his Tempest in for Heretics as well. This grab's real close. I thought he was dead. Yeah, I think because there was a team kill with the cluster. He stays up. I thought for sure he was dead. Wow, that's the new SOG.
Methods is like, I'm just going to back away. He actually uses the Vision Pulse. So Methods, Vision Pulse pop. Do you have it on Dens yet? I'm not sure if you do. Oh, it was already used for Dens. Vision Pulse still here. Lucky's going to now use the Tempest, but you still have control for Reciprocity. Nice hip fire. All dead. 30 seconds left, but they have to turn this into more because Reciprocity close to closing out this game 1.
I mean, you had to break. You absolutely had to break, and they're able to do it to make sure Reciprocity can't close out the game there. But they put so much into getting that time. What will they have left in the tank? Method Sick does have...
Well, think about how he
streak
just stayed alive for so long towards the back. He combos the streak with the Vision Pulse. He's able to find the Lightning Strike. Gonna get close to the Hellstorm as well. Now he knows a player's off spawn. One guy's hunting him. That's gonna be Dylan.
He just pings it for information.
Gives all the call-outs. He knows there's 2 outer fence. They have to be able to win those gunfights first.
The flank will get there in time.
But they can't hold on. They can't hold on from the top balcony push.
This time he's going to call the Lightning in. What does he hit? Dins just gets away, but he runs right into Method Sick, who's in there with the ICR. But it hasn't turned in any time. It's still contested. He's going to get caught. Lucky still inside for now. He's going to fall. That's 3 down for Heretics, and into the Hardpoint goes Reciprocity. They can't quite win it here, but they can get damn close as Dylan wins another one-on-one.
I was going to say, you're going to force the Hellstorm out for Methods. That's exactly what's going to happen. He's just going to play it slow. You do get them off the hill. Dens is going to blow up, but you don't have that at Rocks. That's where you would love to have the streaks. They're much better towards that rock area, towards the next hill. Dylan, prone, grapples away. And Reciprocity behind the Hellstorm of Heretics. They just pushed on up. They left the hill. Great shots out of Dylan. You have Heretics, though, but here comes a giant pinch from Reciprocity.
3 down, though, for Reciprocity. Heretics can win it here. 30 more seconds needed. Reciprocity 14 off. Now they can get the setup they want. Lucky holding little room push towards Lambo. Metals at top window. Reciprocity seems to be crumbling before our eyes. That's 2 for Metals. Finally, he will fall, but that's a gunfight that's nowhere near the hard point. Wuska now trying to make the play through water. What kind of timing does he get? Pops on up, 2 line up for him. Dylan able to get the 3rd. He backs down Lucky as well. Trophy there for the cover, 240, 240. Contest just for a moment. Can Reciprocity win it here? Heretics scrambling back to the hard point, but the gun's up now for Reciprocity. Journey and Method Sick have got to go absolutely massive. Stays alive long enough to contest. We'll see another hard point.
One more. Heretics is there. They're inside. Heretics is inside. Vortex, he's going to get War Machine. Vortex has War. If he wants to use it, you're close to the Grab Slam as well.
5 more points needed for Heretics. There's really one player there that can get it from Reciprocity. Can't get in. 250, 248 win. And for a team in Reciprocity that this series is everything, you just got drop kicked. You let the map slip. Oh, that is a painful one, but the scuff play of the game obviously has to be the closing moments.
And I thought Heretics, when they had this set up, I can't believe they allowed Weston to just hit that through water and go on that easy flank. He's the reason that they were even in this position, but they contest long enough. Metals Journey, they do their job. And then it rotates to this next hill. Heretics already there, set up, and as you can see in the kill feed, all the gunfights go blue. Heretics able to close out map 1. And Reciprocity just feels like those small, tiny moments they're just not taking advantage of, and that's why you're having these games.
It's killing them. And that's so important, too, because with how bad they've been in control, with how atrocious they've been in that particular mode, you needed that game on win. And you can still win the series, but you needed that. You really, really did. And it was so, so close, but they couldn't quite get it done. But before the match kicked off, I believe Jess got a chance to talk to Journey. Jess, what were his thoughts leading into this match?
Well, his thoughts, I started off by actually asking him about the 0-3 loss to Midnight yesterday. He called it confusing. He said, well, we played so well versus Optic, but Midnight are a really aggressive team. We're a really aggressive team, so we just don't really play well against other aggressive teams. He did call this match a must-win, saying that they are trying to go 3rd in the standings. Over on the side of Reciprocity, I spoke with Dylan and, walked up trying to pump him up, saying, hey, you went off yesterday. How does that feel? And he was so modest about it. He just goes, well, we all played well. Now, here versus Heretics, he said that they're a very fast team, so that is definitely something that they have to look out for. And, he also says that every match is a must-win. They're trying to go 2-0, and then after that, it's kind of out of their hands depending on the way the rest of the series go with other teams. But let's see how the rest of the series goes. Back over to our casters.
Thank you very much, Jess. So 1 map in the books for Heretics. Now Reciprocity have to fight back in this series. But you gotta be, if you're a Rec fan, You're nervous.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan's a great teammate because I wouldn't say we all played great yesterday, but he had a much better series than the other guys.
They got to win, though.
They got to win. A W, so.
Dylan is a madman on the map.
Yeah, he's going to be, I think, a guy next year a lot of teams might be fighting for.
And now you have to think on Gridlock. We saw Reciprocity here yesterday, and like the ebb and flow of the game at times felt based on Dylan, right? Like when he was doing well in the early going, they were fine. When he was getting first blooded and pick, things kind of unraveled for him, Joe.
It's just, the question becomes, do you want him to be your first guy in? Because it's always that discussion of your first guy in. Should they be your most skilled 1v1 player? Should they not be? Do you want that person to follow that first guy up?
Well, it's interesting because I actually talked to Wuskin after that series, and he was frustrated because he said, and I won't use his exact wording, but basically he's like, we're not listening to each other. Like, we're not listening to calls. So there was a situation where they were going to retake. He was the guy rotating over from the bomb side, so he had a sniper pistol combo, and he said, let me slide in first. Let me go first. Then one of his teammates gets first blooded. He's like, what? He's like, what the hell? Like, let me go in first. I'm a free kill. Use me as bait and then make the play. So, like, another example of those little moments where it's just maybe not listening to each other, a little bit too, I don't know. It's just stuff like that can't happen.
Yeah, like situations like that. Heck, you even had Zed on your team. We know how aggressive he is. Let him go first. Like, if I'm the coach of this team, I want Dylan in second, cleaning the kills up, right? You want the guy who is going to secure those kills.
But something I think we can really keep an eye on this map once we get loaded into the search and destroy. But yeah, I mean, Wuskin was definitely very, very frustrated after yesterday with how they played, with the mistakes they made.
Well, when we talk about with those little mistakes, like, you know, we talked about with their control yesterday, or heck, end of hardpoints, it just feels like their games are always crazy when they just don't need to be. They're making the game harder on themselves.
Certainly.
And that could be due to their communication.
Certainly. Reminder of how this best of 5 will play out. We've got back-to-back Gridlock followed by back-to-back Frequency. I think maps you feel good about for either team, considering when you get to those frequencies, the pace of the map, and you've got, well, you heard if Dylan's the one that said, like, Heretics like to play fast, and we know what Dylan's doing on the map, so two teams just kind of soaring at each other. You expect it to be messy at times, maybe when the pace picks up like they want it to. Maybe that's why Reciprocity has some of those. Like they play so fast that it kind of leads itself to mistakes at times.
Yeah, now on the side of Heretics, you and I haven't casted them this week, so this is our first look at this roster. But, I mean, one of the big discussion points was, you know, keeping Methods as a main ICR. And I will say, I think he had a big moment because those streaks he delayed at fences that time, that wins the map for Reciprocity.
Right, with how close it was, yeah.
So he finds those streaks towards the end with the Vision Pulse. He finds 5 kills at Garage. And then off of that, they win the game. So a big individual play from him. I know Heretics fans, they want to see more from Methods, a little bit more from this roster. But if they can keep him playing consistent, this will be a lot of fun to watch this team.
I believe we're just waiting on Vortex, maybe some class setup, some discussion for Heretics. You can see they're discussing it right now on stage. Sorry for the delay going into the map too, but hopefully we'll be good to go momentarily. But just wants to make sure he's got everything right because, yeah, I said before the first map that they've got their spot secured in the top 4, but as they mentioned to Jess, you still want to get that third seed. You want to bump up.
Yeah, you want to play this second or third seed, not potentially the number 1. Right, because the number 4 seed, you also have an extra match because you have to play a wildcard team. The wildcard team is going to be hot because they've won a couple of series. They got into that position. You then have to play a hot wildcard team, and it doesn't get much easier because after that, you play the number 1 seed from the division.
Yeah, that's probably, you just don't want to be there for a team that maybe torch people on Friday. They're feeling good. They're getting in a groove. We know how Call of Duty can just be who's the hottest team on any particular weekend. 3 versus 4 is certainly a big deal. I mean, seeding is everything for this. I know it's important with your major events, but here, considering the first place team gets a bye, and then considering the extra matches due to the play-in, like seeding is crucial for Miami.
Yeah, and how it is right now, they'll probably play Gen G if they do get the 3rd seed. So, while it is a tough matchup, it's not 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit different. Yeah, those were the two teams. Well, you're talking top 2 squads from the last tournament, but 100 Thieves beat Genji pretty easily. They get the first blood, but a team kill as well, so it'll be 4v3 for Heretics after Vortex shuts down Zed. So they're going to get this plant down, but this is going to be a very difficult hold, man down. But you've still got the nightmare that is Dylan left on the map. Can he make a play? As it looks like they're opting to push out the back together. And Method's just sitting back so
he's
patiently.
Read this. Yeah, he's played this patiently, but does he know there's another player? No, and he loses the gunfight. I think when you're in that position, you have to wait. Why don't your teammates come back to you? Right, that's what we saw. They only send one. And then Metals gets caught. So maybe some miscommunication on the side of Heretics. Now it's a 2 versus 2. As Vortex is able to find a kill. Okay, it was Wuskin who found it, but Den's got close. But that's what we saw yesterday, right? A lot of the times when you saw the push through, the entire team would back up to that one solo player, and it worked out because you would find them all. I think Methods thought Wuskin was the only guy there, like the only one, and he doesn't check his back courtyard where he gets caught.
Well, it ultimately didn't matter because he lost the one-on-one to Wuskin anyway, but a nice 3v4 clutch there from Reciprocity. Bit of a blunder maybe on the retake from Heretics. The Heretics are going in hot and heavy to A. It's a battle in showers. 4 players here from Reciprocity. First pick from Dens. Dylan then makes the play as well. 2 down for Heretics. 4v3 advantage to Reciprocity. They're still here. Dens tries to peek, but Journey hits the shots. The trades come in, though, for Reciprocity, so they still keep the numbers. 2 versus 1. Method sick, the lone man from Heretics. He's got the information. Can he hit the shots? Here comes the double challenge. Can't get out. Nice little double challenge there from Reciprocity. 2 very tight rounds, but both direct.
They both come down to those 1 versus 2s. Method's just in a very common corner. I mean, Wuskin jumps that. I thought they were honestly going to line up. I got a little bit nervous, but Method's actually stopped shooting. He didn't continue to pre-fire. Alex still had full HP, but Wuskin challenged that with a pistol.
Yeah, I think he's thinking finish the kill and try to slide out, like just get one, get out, but no chance to do so. So 2-0 Reciprocity. The bomb headed towards B, but there's a lot here in Dylan as he goes to peek. Lucky obliterates him. Alex gets tagged to 1 hit at mid-map as well. I think Journey tries to chase it and might have gotten caught outside of Ice Cream. And that's a spot where you just don't need to drop. Like, you have a 5v3, you don't get caught. Doesn't look like it's going to matter, though.
Yeah, different look from Reciprocity. They go towards that split B where they send a couple of top middle. They're trying to catch a guy, maybe an Ice Cream, who's spotting that B side. Problem is, it was a sniper. He hit his shot.
Alex has been hit to like 1 bar of health 3 or 4 times now. And then gets 2 behind it. Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 versus 2. Wuskin gets the kill. Now it's all unlucky. He's got the information. Spots both at mid-map. Not again, Heretics. Not again. It was a 3 versus 5. Journey, I believe, had an over challenge. But Lucky makes it a 1v1. Nice read with the information he had. Stopped the defuse. Backs out for now.
Well, now it's just delaying this. And Lucky, he might catch this rotation. It's going to be close.
Gonna get it.
I don't think Lucky committed. Yeah, Lucky didn't commit all the way.
He gets out 1 versus 1. RK7, is it up to the task? Gonna hold the angle of the Paladin. Oh, yeah, it's so close, but can't quite connect. 30 seconds on the clock as Lucky repositions.
Alice read it.
20 seconds.
Alex could have backed away, but he hasn't. He stayed up. He could have ran away, but he reads it again, and he wins the 1v1. What a 2 versus 4.
Alex was ridiculous in that round. Like, he's the one that got tagged up and got away, that Journey chased and got caught. He gets hit to like 1 HP twice again and slides away. His ability to stay alive and finesse at mid-map, and then the fact he wins that one-on-one and then catches a second. Like, Alex had a ridiculous round.
What are we challenging for up there, right? Like, just leave him up there.
Yeah, it's 5v3. Like, have fun mid-map.
Yeah. I mean, let him have it. Let him have it.
And I didn't see what it looked like from Journey's POV, but I think he just got the call out he was weak and he flew out and just got pinned.
Well, he's waiting for the pinch through A, right? Because that's where those two players were. But then, yeah, that was a mess of a round for Heretics. A mess.
Well, it's been two messes, right? Dylan with the first blood. Alex gets a lightning. Just going to ping it for now.
I don't know if he saw the ping.
Please
I
reload.
don't know if he saw the ping.
Please reload. Stresses me out.
EMP.
Dylan with another kill. 5v3 for Reciprocity. As Dylan one by one just taking them down. And Lucky's like, God, just give me a shot. Give me a shot. One guy left. It's Vortex with the world in front of him. 2 kills to his name. Slides away for now and able to heal up, but so little time to work with. It looks like he is going to try. I thought for a second he was going to push this and just go for the plant at B. He's going to wrap back in, try to get the flank. Can he catch him off guard? He cannot. Nice round from Reciprocity, especially Dylan in the early going of that round getting the picks.
Dylan was the playmaker there. Goes on the flank, finds the first kill. But yeah, I think you're seeing just, we talked about just roster changes in Search and Destroy. You're seeing some tiny mistakes here with Heretics. I don't think they would have made with Sukri.
Could be. Absolutely could be. But yeah, you've I mean, I guess the first round they lost the 3v4. I mean, it's still a tough retake, but you've definitely thrown away 1, maybe 2.
Seems like communication off. I mean, we saw Sukri on the stage. Like maybe he's more of a vocal guy in game. They don't really have that shot caller, but Metals and Journey behind the stun, able to find some kills. This looks like a clean round for Heretics.
Finally.
To get them on the board, and
there
it is. It's
don't give them a chance. Just get them off the map quickly.
squeaky clean as they find all the kills.
But you've already put yourself in an 0-4 hole. Now you get the 1 round, but drop shot on drop shot. Journey wins the first, and a nice challenge there onto Alex. A little bit of friendly fire, but he gets the 2 kills, and they secure it. But they're in desperate need of multiple rounds, and you still have both those streaks on Alex, which are eventually going to come into play. It's almost like with the 4-1 scoreline streaks, like you're relying on some sort of blunder with the streaks.
Oh, here's the push. Top middle. Weston trying to stay alive inside of Ice Cream. Not able to do so. Had to help it, Dylan. Lightning strike called in as well. Does find a couple.
I was about to
Finds
say,
2.
That's the perfect situation for Heretics. Yeah, well, not when they all die.
I thought they were just going to get inside broken. I thought it was great. But I think they went onto that B bomb, and that's where Alex put it.
That's what, a 3v4 now? So they've had a 3v5, 2 3v4s. I know there's a streak in there, but still, I mean, that's 3 rounds where you've technically had man advantage for Heretics.
I'd give Reciprocity a man there, right, in that situation when you have fighter jets flying over your head.
Yeah. I'm a numbers man myself.
That was a little bit different, yeah. It's a little bit different.
It was.
When you're being bombarded. But even for Alex, I mean, I was gutsy for him to call it.
Well, I think I think the kill happened like right as he called it, or like the Vortex 2Bs. Oh, close, but no cigar. And now they're going to start flying forward. Dylan's the entry, a kill, but an insta trade. 4v3 for Reciprocity. Is Lucky just wants the angle, but it's Reciprocity has the angle onto him. He's worried about a push towards his top balcony. Nice shot. Alex right between the eyes, and then Lucky goes vertical to get a second. Pushes for the third. RK7 shots a little bit wild, but the help is there. Now a 1 versus 1. A 1 versus 1. Westy comes in on the flank, but Journey keeps Heretics in the map with a gunfight clutch.
When we talk about those small mistakes, I think this is an example of that round. Alex, his job in this point is to do absolutely nothing but stay alive. All Reciprocity is doing is trying to plant the bomb and use his streak to win. Instead, I mean, obviously he's having a great game, but he gets overzealous. Challenges Lucky for no reason.
Sit back there and
There's
shoulder.
no reason. Wuskin's pushing top middle, and that's what happens. Now, they still have a 3-round lead, but that is an example of just you can't do it. It's a simple task for one person to stay alive.
Lucky heating up with this sniper rifle. But it's Vortex who's had the big plays. He's 9 and 6 right now. They push up, but then they back it up. Gets the information behind the stun. Now the Hellstorm. Everybody should be able to get safe. Just really delaying time. Getting information is what the Hellstorm will do for them. They were wrapping it back to A. I thought for a second they were going to bring it right back over to B, but now they've got a bit of a split. One player's going to stay in Lucky, trying to keep them honest, to make sure they don't all rotate over, and he's kept them honest. So you've got, what, kind of 2 mid-map rotating over? You've got a 3-on-2 for now until Alex gets into the mix.
Oh, I thought Reciprocity were going to push this. It looks like they're still going to stay pushed up. Now they're going to back in up, play the 5 versus 5 retake. Bomb being planted. Vortex having a great game at 9 and 6. He's
Frag grenade.
Bomb nade. Doesn't connect. Metals gets away. But they give up positioning inside of showers. You have to hit his shot now.
Once again, Journey goes prone and catches somebody before he falls. 4 versus 4. Time dwindling. Lucky was inching forward with that RK7. This time it hits. Lucky with 2. 2 versus 1. Zed now to clutch. Vortex just gets out. All the pressure on Zed to defuse.
Good play.
Vortex is going to peek. Not going to be enough time for the defuse. Zed gets the kill. Well played by Vortex. Heretics, round by round, inch by inch, push this one the distance.
I'm actually very surprised with no information Reciprocity calls in the Hellstorm. You're going to have it. I mean, even if you lose that round, you have another offense. You can just plant the bomb and win the game with the Hellstorm. I'm not sure if they saw something and we didn't, but we knew Heretics was playing slow. We saw when you call it in, you see absolutely nothing. So now, streak turns into nothing.
5-3, Reciprocity, the all-elusive final round. Can they get it done here? They're all here. Everybody's here from Heretics. They've got 5 players. I was going to say, Reciprocity should get out of this. That's exactly what they'll do. They get some information, see everybody's there, a quick rotation out. Now it's off to the races. Everybody just sprinting to try and get positioned towards B. It's going to be Reciprocity there first. Really one player hanging tight from either team at A. Bomb going down. Now you really wish you had that Hellstorm.
Vortex just shows out the front door, kills bomb carrier.
So no plant in.
Watch number 5, though. Denz is going on a flank. Reciprocity has to wait for him. They have to wait for Denz see if he can make a play. But it looks like Lucky's being a little bit ready for it. Has dead silence on, so he's not going to hear it. This could be the round. They're waiting on Denz. They might rotate off this. That's the call, but Lucky's here. There we go. Denz finally able to come out of that corner. Now it's a 1 versus 1.
1v1 again. Waskin spotted him for just a second.
It's the same 1v1, too. It's the same guys. Journey's got to feel confident, and he is. Reads them like a book. And again, Heretics stays alive. Reciprocity making the game hard on themselves.
What was the biggest? Was it 5-1?
5-1. That round 7, too, was the round.
God. Not like this, Reciprocity. Not like this.
Where they just threw it through, where Alice is just sitting, waiting for the plant to come in.
They could have won the hard point. They should have already won the search.
Poor Shane. I know he's just stressed out of his mind.
He's chewed his fingernails completely off. Once again, a slow approach for Heretics. Just mind games with the opposition. Reciprocity, you can see they start to rotate out of A. Nothing spotted by Lucky at top overpass. I'm just keeping an eye on the minimap, just watching the Reciprocity arrows just go back and back. Ah, hit marker for Lucky. Here they go. They're going towards A. Did they get a good timing? There's really, what, 2-3 players there now. Alex just barely gets away with his life at the first blood. So important. Trophy down, so stun not going to do anything. A hit marker then for Wuskin. Journey, though, with the first blood. A team kill comes in for Journey as well, but 2 have dropped for Reciprocity. You got numbers if you're Heretics. They can get us to around 11. They've got to get the bomb planted. Metal's going to do just that. Alex, though, one pick from behind. He might be able to catch another one in showers. Methods re-challenges, but he's weak, so he can't get it. 2 versus 2. Can't get away. 2 versus 1. It's all on Metals to come up with the clutch. All on Metals to come up with the clutch. He can't do it. Reciprocity narrowly hold on.
Alex with the play again. He finds the opening as the bomb is going down, and you can see Heretics trying to get ready for those post-plant positions. And that's when he finds the opening. One player running away. The second player in the shower is just not ready. Tries to snap onto him. He has some help.
And you had to win it. You had to win it for Reciprocity. Your control has been awful. You needed to tie up this
Still just
series
making
at 1-1.
it so difficult, aren't they?
Yeah. 5-1, almost to around 11 due to some blunders on the Reciprocity side. But when it's all said and done, we're tied up. Be right back.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Game Fuel. Level up the game.
And welcome back. A big match for Reciprocity. They're able to take that search and destroy 6-4, but it's game 3 control where they have struggled time and time again in our pro league. We'll see who's going to take a 2-1 edge in this series.
Was there anything that really stood out to you yesterday when commentating over Reciprocity's control about why they just could not close it out? Because Dylan had about 700 kills. Not like one key thing, just a bunch of little moments.
Little moments. I just feel like that's it with Reciprocity. A couple of small decisions. Oh, that was the Seaside, right? Was it Seaside?
Yeah. It's a little bit different as we'll head to Gridlock. Or quite a bit different. Well, in the sense, I guess both pretty defensive favored. Both have one of those control sites very close to the defensive end. It looks like Heretics want to take a crack at B at the opening. Metals wins his one-on-one on the other side. There's only 2 players here. That would have been a huge kill because it would have put so much pressure on them to worry about both sites. He's still got this one-on-one. Him and Zed continue to tango. Both tagged up, re-challenge in, the longest gunfight.
Well, I think it's less about them focusing on both sides and more about stopping the clock. That's what we've seen, right?
That's true, that's true.
You can just put one player on it, because you'll see, look at Heretics, they're going right back to it. Zed has the decision of what does he want to do. Now he has to push for the flank. And the more he takes his time on that flank, the quicker this goes on up. And while Heretics is winning the gunfights, Dylan now pushing on through. Yeah, Zed's just stopped. He's making sure they can't push both sides. But Heretics, I thought are they going to close it out? Yep, they're going to bully their way through B.
And that usually, more often than not, guarantees a round victory on offense. When you're able to get B that early, with now 2 minutes remaining, and basically even in the lives, we don't see a whole lot of extended holds on A. Just due to how much more quickly you can flood that from the offensive end. I need one clean break. They're now starting to group up. 2 players coming off spawn for Heretics. Dylan hit down to 20 HP, but just waiting to heal in the corner.
Now this turns into basically a search and destroy round, right?
Yeah.
Both teams fighting for showers control. Trades back and forth, comes down to a 2 versus 2. Nobody's committing just yet, but a contest is fine for Heretics. You're slowing the clock down. Vortex is waiting for his teammates. Alex, though, this nade could be big.
Not going to be anything.
I don't know what. It might have got ate up by a trophy. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
But Zed's there.
We're eaten up by the water on the floor. 11 versus 12. Journey again. How many times is he going to go prone at that edge?
A different angle. People aren't looking for it.
Nice wall bang from Lucky to get the headshot. Nice shots from Lucky again to smoke one in towels. Love to have a little bit of support from Asog, or you can just find Asog himself. 2-piece from Metals. And Vortex combos in as well. 9 versus 5 now. What an opening offense this is from Heretics. They wanted it B. They get the big break now at A. Not going to get there in time as Reciprocity. Heretics strike first.
It just comes down to their ability to stay alive on that B zone when they did it. Because the first one, it didn't work out. But because Zed won the one-on-one, what that does is that spawned, is it Lucky, right? Who was with that crazy one-on-one at the beginning, him or Metals. What that does, that spawns them close to his teammates, right? So then Heretics is just like, well, we know there's one at A, so let's push a 5 versus 4. They push the 5 versus 4. Dylan's also top middle. They have the numbers advantage. They just stacked the zone. Reciprocity were just sort of just waiting.
Well, really, it was like a 5v3.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Because he's pushing top mid, and they just stacked the site.
You just don't see that early B capture all that often. It looks like Reciprocity want to try and give Heretics a taste of their own medicine. But they're going to send all 5 through the flood. 3 players here. Lucky tagged up, but staying up in the back. Methods there to look over him. Vortex the only one to drop from Heretics thus far. How much progress can Reciprocity get on this point? The rotation now in from Heretics. Everybody here, no point earned yet. Nice little snap there from Lucky. Nice little slide there from Lucky. As that's a 2-piece from him. And how much more time, if you're Rec, can you put into this before you got to give it up and head towards A? Because now you're getting pushed out. You're just getting bullied off the site. Vortex is in your face. and hungry for more. I'm surprised they still put anything in this. I'm just waiting for Reciprocity to get the hell out of there.
And that's Heretics. What did they do? They saw the B zone was being attacked, and they just gave up A. No, we don't care. Take A. We're gonna 5-man stat B. They defend it well, and now you're in a situation. If a couple of kills go down here, like they are for Heretics, where when you push towards the B zone, you may have 2 good pushes, and one of those might have to be just to get control of your top street, right? Like, how difficult is it when you have a guy like Metals who's going to be inside broken? You have to get that control first.
Yeah.
We've seen how long it takes. That's why most teams don't really push 2 to 3 times at the opener towards B.
And if your goal on defense, like, you know you're usually going to lose A, it's just how efficiently can you do it? They come out of that with a 5-life advantage if you're Heretics. And he got a chance to get streaks on Methods. My God, he gets hit down to 5 HP. Dangerous moment there for his streak run. Is Reciprocity now taking time to build this up? 3 players looking to hit the back. You've got Vortex and Lucky here to deal with this. Lucky can't quite finish it. What is that? Melee onto Dylan to shut it down. A one-on-one now in the back. Lucky's still up. Finds a SOG to use. Zed, I don't think he has ammo, just running away with his life for now.
And now he has to just back away. That's what we're talking about. Now you're down to a minute with 13 lives, so you have 2 pushes left. Method still trying to find those streaks. Well, on the side of Reciprocity, you're having a very slow game out of Westchen. No streaks for Methods. Can they win the second round? I think that's the more important thing.
At least they're stopping the clock, right? At least they're stopping the clock for now. 2 kills go their way. This is their big chance. This is their big chance to get in. Lucky cooking the nade. Nade in, connects onto Wuskin.
He finds Zed. If he finds Zed, that might be the start of it.
Almost a second tick in. There's the second bit. 200 off streaks to Zed. They can close it out here. The slide coming in. They've got a contest. There's the contest for a moment, but Dins with the double streaks for Reciprocity. And what a big round win that is. That's now back-to-back offensive wins. Not something you see that often on Gridlock.
Yeah, a huge round for Reciprocity to get themselves back in it, give them the defensive advantage going forward. But yeah, I mean, they just get onto the B zone, and there's no trades from Heretics. The first 3 kills go the way of Reciprocity. And there was those players trying to get back onto the zone. Didn't happen, and we saw, because they stayed alive throughout all of that, some Reciprocity members were able to earn some streaks. So a big momentum shift in that round too.
That's an impressive round win.
Yep. Well, there's just no trades. Heretics, all 3 players just died on the point.
Zed got streaks. Den 75 off. What looks so good for Heretics just a round to go. Now seems like everything's tilted into Reciprocity's favor. Specialists starting to light up for everybody. A little more of a standard push from Heretics, but it gets nothing as Wuskin and Dylan slow it down for now. 4 down for Heretics, not a kill to be found for him. War Machine in for Zed.
Going to find the trophy, so Heretics, they're going to go towards the B site. What can Dens do? He gets taken down, so that's going to force a Hellstorm out of Reciprocity. Not going to connect with anything. This is a little bit of a scary situation right now. It's the same thing where you push so much towards the A zone. And yes, you gave yourself the life advantage, but all Heretics is doing is stacking the site. Big kill out of Alex that allowed Dylan to fly out. But it's the same situation where all your resources towards A, great. But when you have to rotate back to B, you don't have the numbers.
And you killed Dens right before he was about to get streaks, but B, the first capture point again for Heretics. Dylan using the grapple just to get back and get set up for next. And look, Vortex is just waiting patiently and maybe get a flank.
And he won the gunfight as well.
And that's going to keep Dens on us on that side of the map. So it keeps the Reciprocity defense spread a little bit thin as they're still worried about Vortex inside a post now. Looks like Vortex on the minimap at #1 has opted to wrap back across. Dylan, the grab slam, the SOG combo, 3 go down. So Reciprocity with a 1 life advantage, but still 80 seconds they've got to hold A.
We'll see what both teams will use. You saw the grab slam used?
Look at Dylan's numbers compared to everybody else on his team right now again.
It's insane. Guy's a tank. Here we go, though. Here starts that push. It's why it's so difficult. Journey finds 2. Dylan, though, on the flank. Can he make the play? He's got to get his team back into the round. But it looks like Vortex, I thought he was watching it for a second. Tac 5 in. Helps him win the gunfight. Lightning in from Zed. They should allow them to hold on, and they do. But the round not over yet, and you got 2 ticks.
Yeah, it's big because now 1 break. You can close it out and stack it so quickly.
Well, Heretics have forced both streaks out this round as well.
Zed full stun, so he's out of the action. No chance there. Journey now trying to wrap the back. Waskin picking it up. And Journey says, screw it. He's just going to delaying these players off spawn. This is brilliant from Journey. Can't win his next one-on-one, though. But
gotta get rid of this guy quick. There we go.
Is that enough to close it out? Here comes the scramble from Reciprocity. The late surge from Reciprocity can't do it. Great job by Journey picking up 1 off spawn. Damage to another one. Make sure, 2-3 players there are late because they're worried about him. And they get in and capture the final point. So that's why, 1, it was so big they got 2 ticks with that first push. And it allows Journey to be aggressive towards the Reciprocity side of the map. You a little bit flustered with Reciprocity's control?
Their philosophies, I think, are just defensively. I think they're overreaching a little bit at A. Right? Like, every team, every top team we've watched, like 100 Thieves, Optic, United, they just give up A. Like, we've seen Optic sometimes.
Optic's like one team that jumps to my mind. Sometimes they'll try
Sometimes, but when it comes down to it, let them have A. Right? It's too offensive now where you've done a great job wasting time, but the problem is they've just gone to B. Like, look what Heretics is doing right now. This is what we normally see. Just give up A. B is so difficult. It's so difficult to take.
And I appreciate teams trying something different, but it's not working.
Well, you try something different 2-3 months in the game. We've seen that. There's a reason teams give it up all the time.
Yeah. So now Heretics try to set up the trap. You can see the fan they've got spread across the map. Just want to make it difficult for any kind of push from Reciprocity to piggyback off of that A capture. Metals has his grab slam, grapple combo ready to go as well. 1 more round to close this out. It's pretty shocking we haven't seen a defensive round win yet. Maybe Heretics can do it here and send us to map 4. Ooh, a nice one-on-one win. Unfortunately, he gets taken out by Lucky, but excellent job there at the top broken window from Lucky.
This song's different, I think.
Dylan's different, too. I think the combination of the two has just created a monster.
Well, that allows them to get on the zone. Journey, though, he was the guy who was pushing top middle, allows them to flank, so that staggers the push a little bit, but Zed gets pushed up. That's all 5 dead. What is going on?
Offense.
I don't understand.
Gridlock is an offensive map.
Why did he use the grab slam? Now he's going to try, but he's just going to get beamed going into it. Can't use it.
I don't know.
Why did he use the grab slam?
I don't know. And I don't know that I've ever commentated Gridlock control, and the first 4 round wins are all offensive wins. I don't think I've ever casted that. I'm nearly positive I've never casted that.
So, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, great job by Reciprocity, because after the 2 kills that Dylan gets, someone else picks up 3. They know they have top streak control, and they just go. And I thought Metals was going to use it. We saw him peek the corner, kill 1, but I think if he uses the grab slam there, it might connect with another player. All right, we'll see. What does Reciprocity do this time?
Zed, he's 50 points off streaks.
I'm thinking we're going to give it up. We're giving it up. All right.
And they're giving up their lives as well, Joe.
That's fine.
So they try to play a little bit differently.
No, standardly. More standardly. That's
more standardly.
Yeah. I don't know if that's...
JP, I need you to let me know if you're watching. Have we ever seen a control where all 5 round wins ended up being control. Offense? Gridlock control where all 5 round wins were offense. We probably have, and I just can't think of it, but grenade on grenade action. Vortex with the strafe wins a difficult one-on-one on Dylan. That's going to be 3 downs. They start to push the back and try to take control mid-map. Zed, poor Zed, still trying to play for these streaks. He's going to get caught. No streaks for Reciprocity and a massive life advantage in the early going. taken down to 4 as Dens.
Dens has held this off, though. Great play by Dens. Finds a kill.
It's a Vision Pulse on Vision Pulse affair at the back statue.
And because they hold the top street, the pinch isn't going to be as effective. Now they can back you on up. You only have 3 players here, and you pinch them off spawn just like that.
That's Dens'
Beautifully
truck.
done.
He had a big moment there in an earlier round where they got it locked down. This time doing it again, but from the defensive end. Vision Pulse at the ready. His toes being tagged. Not going to matter. Dens now with streaks. 5 in a row for Dens. Playing a little bit of peekaboo there with the ICR. Set up at the car. He's going to win another one-on-one, or I believe assisted by Zed. He doesn't die through all of it and gets pushed up just in the midst of bullets and warfare. He stays alive. And you got to think with those streaks, you got a couple of bailouts.
And now they have them locked in as well. Look at the position of Reciprocity. They know they're forcing Heretics to a tough spot. Vision Pulse was used by Dens. It turns into a 5-kill lead with a ton of map position. Now 30 seconds left for Heretics.
Yeah, they just played it different. So then when they go standard, Heretics weren't ready for it.
It's almost like this works. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to get beat. And on the side of Heretics, I think you did a great job in your defensive rounds until one point. Like, you just can't go down all at the same time. Game not over yet. Heretics, their last chance. He's going to grapple onto the point, but it's a grab slam of Dylan, who at least finds one.
They just got to contest. There's 3 seconds on the clock. The players cannot die. There's 1 remaining inside of Sushi. Everything going to be on him. It's all on Journey to stay up. The flank comes in. They can't get back in to touch the point. And Reciprocity.
They want to control.
A nail-biting finish in just their 5th control win of the Pro League. It gets done in around 5. 2-1 edge now to Rec in the series.
But, yeah.
Dude, think about the, what was it, 250-248 in the Hardpoint? You have this round 5. You have the Search and Destroy near comeback from Heretics. Like, holy hell, this series has had its moments. But Reciprocity with the massive hold, and Dens made some plays. The fact he stayed alive so long at the car to get those streaks. He was the one that made the play towards that back tree as well, right? With with Methods, as he has stayed alive for what felt like an eternity.
Yeah, that was Dens' area. He was in that back alley all game long on this last round.
Once he finally got cleared out, then he gets to the car and goes huge there.
Had a couple of big stops. Heretics had a chance here towards the end, but there was a couple of Reciprocity members just waiting around Sushi. Dylan was waiting with his grab slam, and he found a kill because that's what Metals is trying to use. And I don't think Metals ever gets back, or when he does, he's like the last one there.
You never get your War Machine off. You never get your grab slam off. Like, you just don't. I mean, to be fair, they don't really have good opportunities to use them, but.
Yeah, that was it for Metals. Like, that was his life, because you could see. Now, he's the last guy there. He's there again, but he's the last one. He doesn't have time to use the grab slam. But a much more standard defensive round we saw.
We saw Dylan. One more. It's a reminder to those of you at home how important this is to Reciprocity. They're 1 game back of Midnight. Both teams fighting for that 4th spot within their division to get locked into playoffs. And with Midnight, they've got the matchup for C United, so not an easy one. You get the win here if you're Reciprocity. You watch Midnight lose tonight, suddenly it's tied up. Everything that matters is tomorrow for those 2 squads.
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Yeah, right. We got July 4th tomorrow. What am I saying?
Celebrating our independence.
Yes, we are, Joe. With hot dogs and bratwurst and burgers and chips.
I do like chips.
I don't care if it's just me and you tomorrow. We're going to eat food. Copious amounts of food.
Okay.
Oh,
but yeah, a big game. And then if you're a Midnight fan, you know, it's in your hands.
Oh, imagine Midnight watching this, though. You're like seeing them in these maps.
Yeah.
You're like, are you kidding me, Heretics? Like, come on.
All you have to do is win a series. I mean, everything's in your hands. Win a game. I mean, and I think next series we'll see how good this Midnight roster is. They've had a couple of solid wins throughout the week, but you know, a very tough test in the United. Really, their first tough test, I would say.
Yeah. See the Heretics team. Coach talking to him, and Yeah, not the most enthusiastic of fist bumps.
It's been a stressful series.
Yeah.
For both teams, I think.
You can see, look how close it's been. 2 points in the hardpoint, 2 rounds in the search, and we go to the final round of control. It's been a nail-biter. Now we'll get to what should be Dylan's playground. Frequency hardpoint. Can Dylan and the boys close this out and put the pressure on Midnight? Or could Heretics win both hardpoints in the series, and we'll see that final search. Who do you favor here, Joe?
I think Reciprocity, just with the power of the songs. I mean, I know we talk a lot about Dylan, but I'm looking at Zed to see if he can have a big game. I've always thought the success of Reciprocity a lot of the times is on him, because he would be such an explosive player and then slow down, and just he was the guy really who brought the energy, felt, for Reciprocity. But a great start for Heretics. They find all the kills, and they're going to find all the early time.
They've got the spawns, they've got the time. How much damage can they do in the early going? I feel like when you and I have casted this map recently, like, it's been big leads early for somebody, at least in the early going. Like, some people have battled back, but
well, Reciprocity do the first step. They get through orange base. You see the position of number 7. That's Zed. He's already flipped his spawns, and now they can contest some time. Heck, even get some time. As Lucky has to back on up. He's 60 from streaks, though. Can he find him? He can. Full streaks for Lucky. Now Heretics, they're going to go. Remember, what we saw in game 1 was just Reciprocity at times dying when they don't need to. When you stop right here, slow down, wait for the next hill to pop. They're able to do so. Now they can slow down and control orange. Dylan, no. Yeah, that's a Hellstorm off spawn. That's tough to deal with.
Almost tried to curve that in the back door. Couldn't quite get it in, but he does get a kill, and now the spawns in the back instantly go to Heretics. But Wuskin and Dens, what a big moment that is to keep Reciprocity in the fight. Their teammates spawning out deep, trying to get back. That's 5 in a row for Reciprocity. And somehow, despite the fact you win the battle in the back for Heretics, everything else seems to go to Reciprocity.
Yeah, Dens has had some big moments these last couple of games, and he continues.
It's 5 in a row.
5 spree right now. So they don't get a ton of time, but they at least stop, Heretics from building a big lead, and now you can spawn.
That's a difference.
Where you want to for the next hill.
Difference of what could be, what, a 7D to 10 game. I mean,
they hold off this push, though. Alex, Dens, they do it again. Dens finds 2 more. 8 and 3 start for Dens. We saw round 5 of control. He was locking that B zone down.
Now, a lot of times you see the battle at elevator early on, but due to the spawn of Heretics, they're going to all be hitting the back steps. There's one final man standing. They got to the back. That's going to be Journey. Journey just waiting on his teammates to get involved as he's been spotted. He's been tagged. Now from top balcony come Heretics. They've made it messy. They've made it sloppy. They haven't allowed Reciprocity to accrue any kind of time. Journey finally gets picked in the back. Dens once again involved in the kill feed. Reciprocity fight back through. Look to hold the final 15 or so seconds. Finding the back is still going to be Heretics. Multiple players there. Number 10 and Alex pops all the way out towards New, so he'll try to get in position. But everybody's coming. The flood of blue. And he's got so much work to do. So much work to do. Can only go 1 for 1.
Able to find 1, but now he allows his teammates to set on up. You have Dens just watching this cross. See what he can connect with. That strafe. Just sad stuff to deal with.
That's not fun. That's not fun. Nice strafe. And that's what no stock versus stock looks like. Lightning used from Lucky will help get them in.
I mean, I feel like we've highlighted Reciprocity and some of the good things they've done throughout this map, but even behind it, like, they're still down 20 points. I do force a lightning out. Can they force the Hellstorm as well? Oh, sorry, the Hellstorm was already used, that first hill. So no more streaks on the side of Heretics. And all 5 go down.
Nice sequence there from Heretics. Now the relay across top mid just barely gets down the ladder.
Head down this way.
A little game of shoots and ladder here, and Metals, at least for the first one, comes out on top. In the back will be Metals. I don't know what the plan was there.
I don't know why Lucky just doesn't mantle up and get that kill in window. I think he was trying to help his teammate out in the hill. But Reciprocity, a big break for them, able to get inside elevator. He had to deal with Metals in his grab slam. And they did.
I think they just get away. They just get away.
I think they waited. Though you saw the angles that they were playing at.
Yeah.
They were going behind those walls.
And that ends up being
done. Yep.
5 down for Heretics, and a nice surge from Reciprocity. Desperately looking for this series victory, trying to do it here. You've got Tempest at the ready, Zed about to have his War Machine, and Den's very close to his Purifier due to the hot start he had in this game at 14-7. Wuskin's gonna pull out the Tempest. I don't think you get anything as he slides out and challenges.
He hit one. That was it.
He keeps them back though. I mean, they're nowhere near the hard point, but they need to break through. It was
Vortex didn't hold the spawn. Vortex didn't hold the spawn, so Vortex spawns all the way out. Can Heretics hold on? Now it's the Tempest to Lucky. He's able to connect with one, slows things down, so that's going to allow Vortex to go on a big pinch. And while his teammate blows him up.
Well, the pinch is dead. But you still got Lucky with the Tempest. That's the shot you need to hit. 2 going to be down. 3rd as well. Nice snap from Lucky, and now 150 off streaks is 4 fall for Reciprocity. He hits another one, and then the hop, skip, and finish from Lucky. Lightning at the ready. Some flashy plays from Lucky.
Yeah, he's had some ridiculous games on this map in game mode this week. You know, against Optic Gaming, he was disgusting in their first match of the week. So, Lucky coming up big when his team needs it.
Now it's Metal's turn to get it done in mid. Gets 2 kills and gets a cross, so he can get over to balcony and try to apply early pressure towards the blue base. Reciprocity inside first, but they had no semblance of control at elevator, so it means a lot of pressure here from Heretics. Lucky the last man up. He's gonna get wall banged by Dens. Dens another big kill to make sure he's not on balcony and clears that out. Now Purifier out from Dens. This is a huge moment. Do they have Flak Jacket at the ready? Nate goes over his head.
Beautifully done. They deal with it with the cluster. They just baited out. They knew if they were on top of that balcony, it wasn't going to connect with them. The contest is still here. Vortex Metals, they handle it, and now they get inside the hill.
Vortex just trying to dance for now.
I mean, that's all they've done this hill, and they've danced well. Zed does find the final 2.
They get pretty high, but it's for 8 seconds, so not going to be that big of a deal, but it does allow them to start to push out towards pipe, and they've got numbers here.
Well, we'll see if Zed is able to find some streaks, because he was 275 off. Now 250. Lightning in from Lucky. Gonna force them off the hill, allows Heretics to work their way up. They're able to win those gunfights, and now Zed's pulling out the War Machine. He's gonna hear the trophy go down. That might have been his teammates. See if he can connect, try to get some streaks.
Over the top goes Dylan.
Zed's still just trying to hit anybody.
Some damage done. I mean, so close to the streaks, but can he actually get him 35 off now? Maybe he can get it done through the objective. But now the contestant, the slide across, does he get a bullet in?
You got it.
Just gets it, not gonna get away. 10 off the Hellstorm as he drops. 30-point lead now for Heretics as Wuskin takes his one-on-one challenge. 4 down for Heretics. Now you've gotten the final bit of time. If you're Reciprocity out towards pipes, you've been set up at elevator as well. Dylan doing damage in your top window as well. And he's got that grab slam to use. Plays Metals like a fiddle, almost cuts down Journey as well.
And this is the moment, I was taking a look at the specials. This is the moment when you would love to have the Purifier if you're Heretics. But look at Methods, 9 and 15. He's not even, he just got halfway to his Purifier. You don't even have that to use.
Dylan just killing everything. Finally, he falls, but so much damage done as Dylan, maybe not as dominant a map as you might have expected at 19 and 22, but that was certainly a big sequence for him there. Potential lead change now as Reciprocity look to go in front. Dylan taking the head clean off of Lucky in the back line. He's just going to get to the back, make sure they've got spawns. One more pushing the stabs. Dylan backs down, allows the trade to come through. It's been all orange in the kill feed as Reciprocity keep it going. Heretics now trying to get through all the first step in pressure to orange, but Dins already at balcony.
Yeah, Weston with the Tempest. He can pull it out here, stop this push, decides not to. Message is able to find that kill. Dins up top. The trades are there with Dylan. Dylan, he's 2 HP. 1 bullet.
What is
Decides
this
not to heal.
circus show? And then the slide combined with Alex. They get it done. Look how far out you're spawning if you're Heretics. So look at that number 8. Dins is pushed up all the way to Elevator. So spawning out across the map deep is Heretics. So this is just comfort time for Reciprocity. They can't get it on Dylan. Get the hell out. It's Dylan's window. As he continues to show up, no kills in what seems ages for Heretics. Is lighting up is Dylan. Lightning strike guard, snap-a-doodle-doo. Give him another one. Finally, Vortex puts an end to the tear, but they come in to the Tempest, which will slow them down massively as Reciprocity try to sequence across the map and get over towards blue.
That's getting picked off from Elevator. Heretics still in this one. They're able to rebound. They get inside blue. Alex is going to call in the Hellstorm. That'll open up balcony. Dens can push it right now, and he finds 2. That's 3 down for Heretics. Here comes Dylan once again.
Reciprocity
Zed able to lock this in.
so close, 12 points away.
Oh, I think Alex with the lightning. You have another streak as well.
That could be it. Hey, they desperately need the wins. The streaks coming in. Nobody close from Heretics and Reciprocity. They get the victory in dramatic fashion. What a series. Do or die, Reciprocity up to the task.
And I'll tell you what, this is the first game, well, Respawn that we've talked about where we haven't said Dylan, right? Everybody stepped up.
They did. Dylan did have some moments at the end, though, that were insane. That stretch to get streaks.
But you had such a consistent performance from Zed, from Dens throughout that entire game. Finally, others contributed, and Reciprocity, playoff hope still alive.
Some pressure on Midnight now.
Yeah.
I mean, this map was already important, obviously, but now you're just going into that with a different mindset if you're Midnight, right?
Yeah, I mean,
a little
pressure's off if they lose that. Now pressure's on. I mean, it's in your hands, and maybe they're not looking at today to be the one to really lock that playoff spot in because it's a tough match in the United. But like I said, this is going to be really the first, I would say, tough test for Midnight.
Well, that'll be the final series of the night, but the big one gets done here. Reciprocity secure the victory. The hunt for playoffs still alive. Katie and the guys, your thoughts on the series?
Thank you, Maven. And yes, absolutely correct. Reciprocity with that win over Heretics has avoided a worst-case scenario for the day, which we see them in that play-in bracket for playoffs. So congratulations to them. But I want to talk about Heretics, Pac-Man, because it just seems like their roster switch and it's just not working out.
I mean, they're what? You said 2-8 over the last 10 matches, 0-3 this week. They don't look like the same Heretics team that we were so excited about watching. They just look like a shadow of themselves. I mean, Sucre, I don't know their inside workings of their team, but he was an incredible talent, so they gave him up for Vortex and switched their roles around. It's not even that Vortex is bad, it's just losing another individual talent on your team at this level and then trying to get back to that point where you have teamwork capable of beating these other teams. It's hard to do. It's hard to play competitive Call of Duty on this level. Heretics is struggling right now.
It's like they were getting top 8 at open events. They were looking pretty good. They make that roster change, and to be honest, right now is the worst they've looked.
Yeah.
In this entire season, at the very worst time. And you know they'll be good for making it into the bracket, but like to expect them to do much at this point would. It's a long shot.
I would like to make a quick note. I just heard from League Ops that it doesn't actually matter if Midnight wins or loses at this point. Reciprocity has secured with that win that 4th spot.
Yeah, because they win the tiebreaker.
That 4th slot. So they are for sure now. Or,
you're saying so Rec just qualified?
No, I believe.
No.
There's. Yeah, Heretics are
Division B.
But I don't think.
League Ops, what are you telling me?
I don't think
Division A is
exactly.
You just confused the hell out of me.
Yeah, you did.
I know, they just confused
From my
me.
understanding,
Right,
if Midnight go 2-0 and Rec lose like their next.
If Midnight wins today, I'm pretty sure they get it.
It'll go to tomorrow.
But then
we'll
if
figure
they
it out.
don't
That's
win,
not
it goes
true.
up against
That's
Reciprocity.
not true either. We'll talk about it when we get confirmation from League Ops.
We'll figure it out with League Ops.
We
but
just
anyway.
told you nothing.
Yeah, just ignore all of that. But to that point, though, Heretics, I mean, struggling, and it seems like kind of the storyline of them is that they just, whether it was teammates or specialists or what gun you're using, they constantly were changing, and that was always setting them back.
They've made a lot of bad changes, right? Like, they make all those bad role changes back and forth. I felt like they should have just kept it how it was when they were lighting up the league. They were #1 at one point, and then they make a roster change where, you know, it just doesn't seem too good. Like, their first match versus Optic Gaming, he was okay, but it was really just those crazy performances out of Lucky and Metals, and then ever since then, they haven't looked that great. And, you know, you could see in that Search and Destroy when Lucky wasn't dominating with a sniper, it's not easy for them to pull out games. So I just don't agree with a lot of the changes Heretics have made, unfortunately.
Shout out to Reciprocity, though, man. They were 4-16 in control. They win that one with ease. Dylan just needed some help. And we saw Dens just be able to pick up some streaks right there in that round 5. But that was just such a weird control for me to watch. I've never seen 4 offensive wins on C side and only 1 defensive win. And it usually started, Heretics was able to push up on that B side and usually secure that. And then Reciprocity just couldn't hold it at that point. But Dens was just able to pick up some streaks. There were a lot of situations where Heretics were one-off streaks. I'm pretty sure Methods was playing that back 18, and he was seeing somebody in that top window on the B street. And he decided to change his positioning and play inside of Sushi, and then eventually got caught off guard in the corner. But it just, if you have that long-distance AR, you might want to be holding that position instead of giving up your position and playing. You were 100 off streaks. Those streaks are really big on that game changer. And then that game 4, everyone on the side of Reciprocity decided to spawn in today. Wuskins, Dens, everyone. And Dylan, he started off that map so slow, and then he was able to pick it up towards the end. But you got to be feeling good if you're Reciprocity, knowing how much this match meant to you guys. And, like, if you're Dylan, my teammates actually came to play today.
I thought they should have won game 1 as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, what happened at the end was
able to pick
ridiculous.
up streaks on that
Journey
fence,
just finessed his life for like 15 seconds, and it wasn't that long, but it
was
felt
a pretty
like
long time.
It felt like an eternity. Like, he should have been traded just right away, and you know, ends up in a tussle for the last few points. But I honestly thought they won 4-0 right there. Like, one little mistake and some luck went to Heretics' way to get that map.
Let's look at our schedule now. 2 more series to go. Midnight and E United coming up next, and then Envy and Optic to close out the day. If you're just tuning in, Reciprocity 3-1 Heretics to avoid their nightmare scenario of finishing 5th, at least today. We'll see what happens with Midnight. Heretics' loss means that they are 4th in Division B, but when we come back, we'll be talking Midnight and E United.